Hello everyone and welcome to what I prepped today. This is just a little motivational video for you. Nothing major. I'm just showing you what I put in mylar today. So I took out of the freeze dryer 12 pounds of Titan raw dog food, and that was only 12 oxygen absorbers. So I made up more bags to use up the entire 20. And so I did some lentils, my 6 pounds of lentils, and then I made that up with some peanut butter powder. And as I counted all my bags, I had 21 bags and they were all sealed. Well, you know what that means, right? How many oxygen absorbers are in a package? 20. I need 20 bags done. I had 21 done. So what I did is I was almost done, actually. So I went ahead and put on the table the ones I knew had oxygen absorbers in them as soon as I found my mistake. And I said, I'm going to have an extra bag over there that's already filled and should have an O2 absorber in it, and it doesn't. So the ones I finished up, so as the ones that were opened and not used wouldn't go to waste, and then I put those on the table, and that was my lentils and a couple of bags of Titan left. So then I took each bag and I touched it, and I'm like, well, that's hot there, so that one has an O2 absorber. Hot there has an oxygen absorber. I'm checking bags then for oxygen absorbers. So I had narrowed it down to 3 bags. I'm like, okay, this one feels warm, but is that it? And then I felt a hot spot on one and then on the back of another. So I had narrowed it down to 3 that might not have an oxygen absorber in them. So I finished up that bag of absorbers, and then I waited about an hour, and the 3 bags still weren't showing me basically that they had, vacuumed up enough, like the lentils are already. If you can see the little bumps on there, that's because the oxygen absorber is killing the oxygen and sucking that down a little bit. So I opened a bag, and crap, it had an oxygen absorber. And the second one I opened didn't have the oxygen absorber in it. So that's how I narrowed that down. And to me, that's why I always count what I'm doing. I'll take out 5 oxygen absorbers out of the bag at a time, seal 5 bags, double check, move those aside, do 5 more. That's why I do 5 at a time normally. I don't know how I got ahead of myself there. I think I tried to put the oxygen absorbers in the bag, set the bags aside, and then pick them up and do them. And I broke with my pattern and my way of doing it, and that's how that went wrong. So then I had to seal that one bag. I couldn't just leave it. It wasn't the lentils, that didn't have an oxygen absorber. It was freeze-dried dog food. So I had to open up another pack of oxygen absorbers, which made me prep more. I had to find 20 things. So I went ahead and did another package of the peanut butter powder in the mylar. So that's here. I did 3 with 2 cups, and then the rest were just half cups. That still wasn't enough. So then I said, okay, well, I did just buy that spaghetti. So I ended up doing 1, 2, 3.5, 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds, oh my Lanta, 5 pounds of spaghetti. And that's the spaghetti from Dollar Tree. It's 24 ounces for $1. So that's what I did. And then I had to clean more buckets today. So I went ahead and put the peanut butter powder in a bucket to take over to the food storage area. And now what I'll do is I'll trim these tops and carefully put them in the bucket so that the edges don't slice the mylar packs like they do when I'm careless. And then I'll go ahead and write on here the rest of the peanut butter powder, and then I'll put the rest of these bags either in buckets or a bag or a box for my husband to take over. And I also went ahead and cleaned out those two. I do this regularly. I clean out the containers that I buy that Nick's milk comes in because they're opaque. The dogs are going to start going crazy. Maybe not. And then I went ahead and put these things in there to take over to the food storage area. These won't stay in the bucket. I don't leave jars in buckets, which I guess I could, but that'd be awfully heavy. And I did buy those 2 gallons of bleach the other day, so this 1 gallon I don't need here. So my husband's coming to take all of this, take it to our place where we put that, feed our cat that's there, and then he'll come home. And that's why the dogs are barking, because he's just pulling in from work. And yeah, so they always do that when he's coming home. But he's coming home, picking up their food, the cat's food, and then taking these over. So that's it. That's what I prepped today. My little buddy went home. He missed his mom, and she missed him like crazy. This virus and the stay-at-home order and not going to school it's wreaking havoc on some kids. They don't understand what's going on. I mean, we explain to him and we tell him, but he's 7 years old. You know, he misses his other grandmother, and he definitely misses his mom like crazy. And, you know, there's nothing like sleeping in your own bed. He loves coming here on the weekends and sometimes in the summer to spend extra time. But, you know, I think this is adversely affecting a lot of kids who aren't able to stay at home when they're supposed to be staying at home. All right, everybody, let me know how you're doing during this stay-at-home thing, and what did you prep today? Be blessed, everyone.